Hello, and welcome to Magical Marker, a game of Dungeons and Dragons and Drawings. We're a bunch of cartoonists and illustrators who won't just be playing the game, but doodling what happens along the way. It's a PG-13 story of teens and tweens on their first big adventure on their own. Let's start by introducing our cast. I'm going to throw everybody off and start with Matt. I never start with Matt.
It's because I usually have to do all the behind-the-scenes stuff. Hi, I'm Matt. I play a character named Swell. He's a Water Ganassi cleric who worships the I can't see it, threw me completely off, the Tempest god Sunda. And he's 15 years old.
All right, let's go to me. No, let's go to Boya.
Hi, I'm Boya. I play a character who is a bugbear. His name is Bug, and he is a 12-year-old warlock.
And he travels with his little companion.
Yeah, Boxy, a little box that carries everyone's stuff.
All right, and now Caitlin and Priscilla, you go at the same time? No, okay. We'll go with...
Battle for supremacy.
Yeah, it's like a voice chimera where you have to go at the same time just to
or it's like those
match.
improv.
Yeah, it was
those
an
improv games where you actually have to say the same thing at the same time.
My
name is.
All right, Priscilla, you go first.
Well, my name is Priscilla, and I play Buriel, who is a half-elf bard, who is a Bane peacock.
And let's have Caitlin next.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I play Zip. She is a drow fighter, and she's 16 years old.
And I'm Brian, your Dungeon Mancer, and I'll be playing all the NPCs, including Sutran, a magically animated severed hand of a wizard from long ago, and she's hanging around hoping that she can magic herself back a body. Last week, you arrived on the island of Bright Palm, where you were searching for your mentor's old adventuring partner, Britta Brushwand. She runs an art gallery that draws in adventuring types from all over, looking to face down a dragon on canvas before facing one down in real life. When you arrived, it was closed because their latest show of devils had gone awry. In the Brushwand Gallery, you met Brother Sarek, a Warforged druid, and his ferret Strawberry, who had been trying to look after the place. He showed you that there was a painting of a devilish succubus, who had somehow drawn Britta and other people who had gone missing into the painting. It has something to do with the magical runes that were painted into the scene by the artist named Casson. The succubus, or succubus, I'm used to pronouncing it succubus, but everybody says succubus, I'm sorry, attempted to charm the group with words and magic, but was left in a sack in a locked room. Flipping through Britta's journal, you found out that the painting was done by Casson, who lived up in the hills. You trekked up through the rainforest trails to his house. We left off with you opening the door to his cozy cottage, but immediately upon entering, there was a popping noise. And there, bamfing into existence, and I'll pull this up as a piece of artwork here, was a terrible chimera, a combination of giant centipede, lynx, and the gargoyle apprentice of Malken Sharpshadow, who was the one who magic portaled you away from danger in episode 1. And that's where we pick up today. Draw yourself on the map close to the door, and we're going to roll for initiative. We're going to be using the map screen for part of this, and we'll be drawing along as well.
Excellent.
So, I realize that half of us already have our initials on there, but you might still have to do your own initials. I've labeled Burial as East, so you know you've got that there.
So we just put our initial by the door, like the.
Sure. Wherever you think you'd be standing when Burial was picking the lock and open the door. That's the doorway there, yeah.
Well,
And the
I
red
don't
thing-
have control of that layer. So.
Well, you got to just double click on it. Get it.
Oh, it was unclaimed. Oh, I see. Thank you.
All right. So the door opened inward. And
What is the red?
that's the door.
Is the red rectangle the?
The red rectangle is Malken Sharpshadow Chimera. All right. May I have your initiative numbers, please?
Well, he yelled something at us when we
Yes,
came
sir.
in, right?
He did. Why did you leave me to die?
No, you say we didn't leave you to die.
15.
19.
22. Give us some good numbers here, guys.
16.
Yo.
See what my bonus is here. See if I actually managed to beat anyone. Nope. I'm coming in at 14.
Nice.
All right, Bruno, you're up first.
Oh. What do they spell? Let's see. Isburiel takes a moment, looks at it in shock, and then says, I think that you have no idea what you are talking about because you are some sort of strange magical creation and you should maybe be quiet and listen to your battles. And that is a bonus action for my negative bardic inspiration,
Okay.
which unsettling words. And then he pulls out his kruth and strums a few notes, and or not strums, he bows a few notes, and says, "And maybe I think while you are thinking about this, you should sit down and let us tie you up." So that's just a suggestion. So that is a wisdom 13 save minus 3.
Okay. And what number do I need to beat? Wisdom 13, you said?
Yeah, technically 16.
So
basically.
I rolled a 16.
Okay, yeah, so you...
So
unless...
minus 3
Yeah.
would be 13. So just on the nose, passes. It just looks at you. You saw a glint of recognition in Malkin's eyes of... No, it didn't go for it. But before
Thinks about
it gets
this and backsteps a little bit.
Before it gets a chance to zip forward, zips in and gets to do something.
I don't know if I want to. I don't want to look at him. He's creeping me out. And I think I'm just gonna. I'm gonna try appealing to him because I don't really want to attack him.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say like, "Oh, Malken, buddy, do you need to see a doctor or something? Is there something we can do to help you?"
To me, that sounds like you maybe are trying to make a persuasion check or something. Does that sound like a reasonable thing?
Yeah, all right. I only got an 8. He is not persuaded.
Yeah, no. Centipede head in control.
But I will kind of block the doorway because I don't want it getting near my friend. So I'll kind of stand in the doorway, like doing a little bit of this kind of thing.
Sure. Making yourself appear big like a centipede.
Yeah.
I was thinking Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, can I ready an action so that if it gets within, I don't know, hitting distance, I could hit it?
Yeah, I mean, some people would say that doing a persuasion check is the action, but I'm saying no, that sounds like a bonus action to me.
Okay.
I think that's completely reasonable to make
if it looks like it's gonna, come at me and try to hurt me or my friends, then I'll hit it. So I'll have my sword on, my hand on the sword hilt. I'm ready.
All right. So after quick draw McGraw, it's Swell.
All right. I'll start to get my weapons ready, but I'll be like, Malken? Malken, what happened to you? And what do I want to try? I don't know what's going to work here with him. I think I'll just get my weapons ready. I'll take my shield out and just ready myself in case he attacks. Still unsure of what I'm actually looking at.
And you're moving up one square. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. So if he does engage with Zip, you will not get an attack.
That's okay.
Okay.
I know, I might ready a sacred flame.
Is that a cantrip?
It is.
That's a.
So I'll just ready that. If he does attack, I'll let that go.
Yeah. If it's a cantrip, no problem. Otherwise, you're using a spell slot, whether you use it or not, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. Bug, you're up.
I'm right beside the door, so I guess looks pretty scary. So I think I'm gonna get ready my attack, but I'm gonna be like hiding next behind the door.
Okay. So you're readying Eldritch Blast?
Yeah.
All right. It starts charging forward towards you guys, writhing like its, spinal column is this weird centipede worm-like movement. And it's, running across this wooden floor. You can hear the big fat paws of the lynx coming towards you. And everybody's ready to action goes off.
Right.
So ready.
So ready.
Oh, geez, I only got a 7.
A 7 is going to miss. You're fumbling to get the sword out in time.
He's really creeping me out. I'm not okay with this.
Dexterity save from him, please. Or hit. 13 is the number you need to beat.
They did not beat 13.
Okay. 1d8.
I got a 19.
19 is going to be a hit for Bug.
So it's 5 points of radiant damage.
2 points of damage.
All right, so it's taken 7 points of damage before it gets up on Zip. And what's your armor class, Zip?
18.
Okay, it's a natural 1 for the first attack. So the centipede head comes down to bite you, but you're just so creeped out by it that you get out of the way. Then one of its claws from the lynx attacks from below, and you said it was, that's going to be a hit. And then a bite from the lynx head coming down, but you're able to jump out of the way of that. And then Malken, with his hands, casts a cantrip and goes for, how much damage did you do, Swell?
It was only like 5, I think.
And Bug did 2?
I did 2. Yeah.
All right, well, Swell, you did more, so you're going to get the cantrip.
Okay.
Actually, no, he can do 2 creatures with an acid splash. So he's going to do Swell and Espurial.
Yay.
So that means you need to make a... Dexterity saving throw, and you need to beat 14.
15. So just barely.
Sorry, how much did you say it was? 15?
You need to beat a 14.
14. I rolled a 16.
All right. So the two of you jump out of the way of this orangey, gooey bubble that comes towards you and splashes.
Not my clothes!
And Zip, you take how much claw damage? 10 claw damage, as like your knees, are sort of exposed while you're trying to fend off against the upper parts. The lynx claw just comes in and like scratches up one of your knees pretty bad.
Oh.
you're feeling a little weak in the knees now, like a little stumbly. But that ends its turn, and we go to East Boreal. We're starting the round again. After East Boreal, Zip, you'll be up again.
You're recovering from his stumble. He is going to once again attempt to, gonna rinse and repeat. I think you need to sit down and think about this more clearly, and do so. Just don't make any moves, and just sit down and really meditate on this, on whether you want to be doing this. And put your hands together while you're doing it. So, he subtracts. Dang it. 1 from his next saving throw, and it's still a 13 wisdom.
13 on the nose again.
Well, he subtracts.
Yeah, I rolled a 14,
Wait.
so
Oh, okay.
subtract 1.
I don't have a very good track run with this, even though it should be a very good combo.
I know. I'm
Oh.
rolling terrible, or I'm rolling really... It depends on which way you want to look at it. I'm rolling terrible for you being effective. So that was everything
that's
except your move, unless you wanted to do a move.
He is in the doorway right now, right? So, how does Zip look?
I mean, that was a pretty deep scratch.
Okay.
But you can see muscle.
Yeah.
It's gross.
He's gonna move like over here and kind of like take shelter around the other side of the door, but
Okay.
not do anything just yet.
Zip, you're up.
All right. Well, considering how aggressive it is, I'm not going to hold back anymore, and I'm just going to wail on him. That is an 18 to hit this time.
Ooh, I think 18 is enough.
Is it?
Yes.
Sorry, that was a hit?
Yep.
Okay. And that is 10 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use my action surge to hit him one more time.
Okay. So this, your sword finds purchase in its centipede shell.
The second hit was only an 11, so I don't think that hit.
11 is not high enough.
I think it got stuck in the shell.
And you pulled it out. All right. That means it's Swell's turn.
So you said Zip has a bone showing through her meat?
No, just muscle. It's
Muscle.
not down to the bone.
In that case,
It's not dire, but it's pretty gross.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds. So I'll reach out and put a hand on you and feel my divine essence flow into you. And that is 8 points. Getting back.
I will be embarrassed that you're touching my leg. I'm kind of.
Like, no.
No. Fine.
But you know what? I'm gonna drop our spiritual weapon as well. That's just only a bonus action.
All right. Sounds good.
You can't cast 2 spells at the same time in the same round. Even if they're more than a cantrip.
One,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, you're right. I always get confused because I think, is it like you can cast 2 spells, but one has to be a cantrip and a bonus action or something, or?
Yeah. So basically, you can cast a bonus action spell and a cantrip, because all the cantrips are actions.
Right, yes. And Cure Wounds.
Or
was-
if you have action surge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cure
Okay.
Wounds is an action.
Well, I'm not doing that then. Just gonna stand there looking shocked.
Right. Bug, you're up.
I'm gonna cast my spell, Hideous Laughter.
Oh yeah.
I never
It'll be-
used that one.
It'll be very hideous.
one.
But it says that the creature will perceive everything as funny, and
What's the saving throw I need to make?
Wisdom 13.
So you see a smile start to come on Malken's face, and then it goes. And
Bug, you made it
start
worse.
Laughing. And you think of like that your wand of smiles, and it felt like kind of like you used that rather than get a full laugh out of it. Anything else on your turn?
Wait, so it worked? Like
It did not work. No, sorry. I was trying to say that, give it some flavor that, it started to maybe take purchase, but then, no, it did not.
Is it because did it succeed in the save? Or?
Yeah. Mechanically, it saved in its saving throw.
Okay. Because it says if the intelligence is too low, it wouldn't work. I think I'm just gonna stay behind the door, like still be I don't know. Is he still in the room, or has he gone outside?
He hasn't made it outside yet.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put myself in a safe spot.
All right. Malken looks at you guys. He says, "You left me. You should have taken me with you." And wails on Swell again, or Zip again. What's your armor class?
18.
18. So this time the bite comes down. You're out of the way. You're wise to the claw, but then the lynx head comes down and bites you.
Can I use my superiority die to riposte one of those ones that missed?
I do not know what that means because I've never used superiority dice with a character, but that sounds like you probably could.
I can use my reaction to make a melee weapon attack against a missed melee attack.
Great, go for it.
Ooh, 23 to hit.
That's a hit.
And that is 7 damage.
All right. And so yeah, as that claw from the lynx comes up, this time you're ready for it and you slice at it and it goes back away. But then the lynx head comes down and bites you, but this time only for 4. It bites partially into your breastplate.
Well, because I hit it as well.
And then it's going to do a cantrip. Let me have a look at the map here for a second. It's going to use a shocking grasp on you, Zip. So I've got to roll to hit, and you're wearing metal armor, so I have a +7, which I need. And
do you though?
I do need that because it is a terrible roll otherwise. You take 3 electrical damage. Does the breastplate protect you from that at all?
I don't think so. Oh, wait. Maybe.
I think it might.
I thought it was thunder and electricity.
Oh, yeah. I take half to thunder.
Half to thunder? What about lightning?
Yeah, half to thunder and lightning and electricity.
Yeah.
Cold, thunder, and electricity.
All the storm stuff. So yeah, whittles it down to a paltry 1 damage. You feel the shock go through you. The metal armor is conductive, but it also absorbs it.
Yeah, I'm going to say, do that again! I dare you!
But unfortunately, it also means you have no reactions this turn. So you can't do the use your superiority die to do that thing again. But that ends its Malken Chimera's turn, and we're back to East Boreal. And Zip, you're going to be after.
Zip, you look
fine. I'm good.
Okay. East Boreal then Frozen Brown says, I seem to recall that thing going differently. As in, you shoot us through, and then we had no idea what was going on, then suddenly the rocks crashed down and hit you, and while he's saying this, all of this, he is also like, strumming a little kind of twangy sound that just pierces through his ears. And that's a Wisdom 13 save. No whispers.
No, does not make this one.
Hey, the one time. So that is a 10 psychic damage, and he has to move. He has to use his reaction, if available, to move as far as the speed allows away from me.
All right, so you get a reaction, except for you don't get a reaction because he just took it away from you, is it?
Damn it.
That's right.
And so he can move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
He kind of
And
pokes his head around and says, sorry.
Like half on, half off the stairs. It's sort of like, this weird centipedal figure that sort of looks extra creepy, like some
I'm just getting the image of
something out of like Uzumaki or some sort of horror comic. So what
I'm just getting the image of those crabs when they're like trying to scare people off, and they're like and they back up, but they've got their arms up to look big.
That's what we're supposed to do against bears and stuff too, right? And dogs and...
Yeah. Well, I've heard that for black bears, maybe not for grizzlies.
Yeah.
I mean, it works with spiders. If a spider didn't have all those legs, it would just be a dog. It wouldn't be scary, right?
Oh, I forgot. I was supposed to add my superiority dice to the damage roll against when I did that riposte.
Well, too bad. I mean, sure. Go ahead.
It was 6 damage.
6 more damage. All right.
Cool.
This thing's taken 40 points of damage. It's looking a little bit injured.
Just a little bit.
And he pokes his head around and says to Zip, "You're doing a good job blocking the doorway. I knew that all of your maps would come in handy someday."
That's what I'm here for. That's why they call me Guns Avalanche, or whatever it was.
Biceps Avalanche.
And so you have
in their mind, so it's Guns Avalanche.
Yeah.
Cardinal guns.
You have Bardic Inspiration, or whatever you want to use it. And that is it for me.
All right, Zip, you're up.
All right. I am going to use my another superiority die, and as a bonus action, I'm going to quick toss a little hand axe at him as he runs away from me. So that is a 23 to hit.
That's a hit.
And then that is 13 damage. And then I'm going to run after him. And I'll say, "Don't you run away from me!"
What part of his body do you want to hit with that axe? What do you think would look cool?
His butt.
All right, because it's like arched up on the stairs, you hit the lynx butt. Yeah.
Great. Now, I don't know if I can actually reach him with my movement. Can I?
He moved 30 feet away, so you should be able to.
Okay, great. So I'm going to run up, and then I'm going to hit him again with the old longsword. And that is an 18 to hit.
18 is a hit.
And that is 13 damage.
13 damage. All right. This guy is looking bloodied now. It's breathing heavy, and all 3 heads using up 1 set of lungs. Actually, no, maybe it has another set of lungs in the Lynx's body. I never know how it works. I don't know how many hearts or lungs are. Swell, and then Bug.
Okay, so I'm going to move into the room. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll move up there. Guessing, is that like a table on the right-hand side there?
It's a kitchen counter sort of area.
Kitchen counter. Okay.
And so cupboards above.
Okay. So yeah, I guess I'll run up there. And as I do, I'll be yelling out, Malken, don't. Stop making us. Don't make us kill you. Just stop. And I'll cast another spell at him, which will be. Well, you know what? First of all, I am going to cast that spiritual weapon spell. Drop that on there as well, and it attacks at the same time.
All right. Reminder of what your spiritual weapon looks like, or has it had any change?
It looks like a little
Warhammer?
Yeah, a little warhammer with clouds and lightning and sorts of stuff. Now I'll drop it behind him. And yeah, attacks. Which I think is just a spell attack. Yeah, so that'll be okay. That is only a 13 to hit though.
Unfortunately, you're not going to hit with 13.
Okay.
Oh, too bad you're not inspired.
Oh, hey, yeah, I'm going to use that inspiration. Finally use it. Even worse.
Oh no.
He got discouraged from that comment.
Anything else before it's Bug's turn? I think that's...
Just, yeah, I'll repeat, like, please stop Malken.
do you want to make a persuasion check?
Sure.
Alright.
I'll give it a go. I'm skilled in that. That's an 18.
18. You feel like you're making a pretty good case, but you don't really see much in Malken's eyes. Give me a perception or insight check.
Which one am I better at? Insight. That is it a little bit hard to read. 21.
You're pretty sure that what this thing is only maybe a fraction of what he was.
Okay.
That he is not really all there, and what you're trying to reason with, you feel as if you're doing, like, based on how you've been pleading with him, you don't know how better you could speak to him. You think maybe there's nothing left.
Yeah.
He's been hollowed out.
Then I guess I'll share that with the group. I don't think that's actually Malken, everyone.
And
Why did you think that?
I know. Was it the scorpions to you or the leopard heads that clued you into this?
There's no recognition in his eyes.
and in fact, you feel more like somebody's messed with what's there, because if he's calling you, out on leaving him, he clearly sacrificed himself for you. Somebody's messed with what's inside his mind.
Well, I won't share that with the rest of the group. Let them feel bad for killing their friend.
Well, he wasn't really my friend.
All right, Bug, you're up.
So is he running away from us?
He ran away, but is sort of hissing angrily.
Okay. I guess since we're all ganging up on him, I'm gonna shoot my Eldritch Blast at him too. I got 16 to hit.
16 is a hit.
And I got a 1.
1 damage.
1 damage.
All right.
I took pity. I'm like, oh, but he's hurt.
All right. He is angry and looks down at the zip in front of him and again lays into zip with 3 attacks. The middle one was a natural 1. You're ready for that claw. After getting hit by that claw so many times, or that one time, you're like, now you know how to defend against it. But the other 2 bites come in from above, or maybe even down from below, because of the way it's wrapping its body around. Sort of wraps around behind you and bites you from behind with both the centipede head and the lynx head. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as you feel some liquid injected into your body from that centipede head.
I got a 17.
You're starting to feel not so good as the veins around there are starting to get sort of purpley, but you're like, Titus told me how to fight through this. I know how to fight through getting poisoned. It's not a big deal. I can do it.
I've been poisoned before.
Yeah.
What did Titus do to me?
Worst master ever.
Yeah. He's like, here's a pit of snakes. Figure it out.
You're basically the bride, I just realized.
Yes.
He made you do it with food poisoning, though. It wasn't as bad.
It was just bad cooking.
It was just like you were food poisoning. He's like, we're still training today. It'll be good for you. I told you to cook those clams better. So the good thing about the bite is that the centipede's bite, even though it has poison, is only a D4, but it's +6. So that's 7 damage. And the bite from the lynx head is 14 damage.
Oh, I'm down.
Oof. Oh.
And then it's going to use its Ray of Frost on a Swell. So I get to roll to hit you. What's your armor class?
19.
That's a hit. So you take 6 cold damage, and you are slowed so that you can only move 20 this round.
Okay. And does that inhibit the actions I can take or anything?
Nope, just that you only have 20 feet of movement instead of 30. Ray of Frost does that.
Does your shield protect you at all from the cold damage?
No, it's does other stuff.
I didn't want to overlap with powers.
That's fair.
Give you.
Oh wait, hold on. Am I? Wait. I don't think. Let me look it up. Water Ganassi, they're weird. Might be like resistant to.
Dead.
I don't think water ganassi are.
No, I don't think I am. I know there's something I am like.
Well, we're going to zip over to East Boreal. Maybe you took less damage, but we'll just go ahead.
I'll figure it out.
So, East Boreal.
Not quite get to the from there, unfortunately.
In the drawing, I'm trying to fit a muscly snake man painting on the wall here, but it's not enough room left here to try and fit it in.
All right. He is going to. Does Spiritual Weapon get an attack of opportunity?
I don't think it does, no. But also,
but the thing looks.
It hasn't moved since that. Since it was cast beside it.
It doesn't look particularly. I mean, it looks pretty damaged or battered at this point.
Yes.
Okay. In that case,
it's bloody for sure.
Yeah.
It's not on
So
death's door.
He's going to angle slightly this way, and then just like hisses a long string of invective in another language, in Elvish, which basically is stuff that's probably too foul to be mentioned on a PG-13 channel.
All right.
So as a wisdom
what language
save.
is it? Is it
Elvish.
Elvish, okay.
You're a fart doctor.
It was
Turn
acid,
on a merry-go-round.
Oh,
was-
well, you took acid damage earlier.
Did I?
The acid splash? Oh, you would have. You
I saved.
didn't get hit by it. Sorry, what was that, Ys?
It's a wisdom 13 save.
Wisdom 13 save. 13 on the nose again.
Well, he will take half of 8 damage, so he takes 4 psychic.
All right. Anything else?
No.
All right. Zip, do you have a healing potion on your belt
I don't think I do.
or wherever you keep them?
No, I don't have any healing potions.
Does anybody have a visible healing potion?
Yeah, I just bought a few in there, like on my that belt that I was given.
All right. So Sutran runs over, picks it up, and goes over and puts it in your mouth, unless you stop Sutran from doing that, Swell.
No,
Okay.
I let it happen.
So Swell, or Zip, you can roll yourself some hit points, and then you can have your turn.
2d4?
Plus 2.
2d4 plus 2?
Nine?
Yep.
I saw it pop up on the
Oh.
saw the 7. I was like, okay, that must be plus 2.
Yeah. Okay. I will pick myself up, and I'm going to use my bonus action, Second Wind, to start with. Woo! I got a 13 on that. Huzzah!
Nice.
Second wind allows you to gain your health back. Can you tell me what sort of Titus's training we're seeing here? Like, what's going on here with this?
Don't know. Probably just yelling a lot,
Okay.
like Goku.
Like a Dragon Ball Z.
Just be like, I'm not weak like this. Yeah, and then I'm gonna be back in action. Like, you can't poison me. You can't keep me down. And I'm gonna hit the old with the old longsword. Oh, I flubbed it, but I'm gonna use my inspiration. Wait, what's the bardic inspiration again?
D6.
No, I'm gonna use the DM inspiration.
All right. And if that's close, you may also use your bardic inspiration on top of that. If you think that you...
Hoo-hoo, I got a 22, so I think I'm good. And nice, I got 13 damage.
All right. Where are you hitting it this time?
Probably right in Malken's stupid face.
You're chipping away at that gargoyle stone. You didn't realize it was actually stone.
Yeah,
but it
and I'm
feels
gonna
like
say like, we didn't leave you, you left us!
All right. Swell, you're up next.
Okay. My plan just went out the window because someone else rescued it.
Rescued the damsel in distress.
I don't know if you count as a damsel.
More like a wamsel. Just wailing on Sorry, that was a very bad pun.
You want to do a romantic moment?
No, I was just gonna, save your life or whatever, but that's fine. I'll set off. Bonus action, spiritual weapon attacks. That is going to be a 15 to hit.
It's a hit.
Okay. Does it get advantage, like flanking or anything? Not really.
Where were you?
Spiritual weapons.
Oh, spiritual weapon. I don't think is involved in. I think it has to be a person.
Okay. I just want to double check because I wasn't sure how spiritual weapons work. But I rolled a 1 damage. Let me just double check if I add anything to that. I don't think I do, but I might. Okay. Oh, 1d8 plus 3. So that's a 4 points of damage. So I think you would have got an extra 3 from last time as well, but I forgot to call that. So
I'll take it.
So 4 now, and then a plus 3 from last time. And
Sure.
that is force damage.
Okay.
Double checking force damage. So that's my bonus action.
I'm going to say that you're hitting, because you're sort of flanking, that means you're hitting the lynx body part at the back.
Yeah.
That hammer is just wailing away on its legs or something.
On its butt.
On its butt again, yep.
It's already got an axe lodged in there. You're just hammering it in deeper.
I am going to... So Zip's looking pretty bad still?
Looking better, but not fully healed. Looking like she's healed out of spite, but not because she's genuinely well.
Then for my action, I'll cast Healing Word. Stay in the fight! Send you 1d4 plus 3. 6 points of healing.
Nice. I plan to.
I can't remember if that's something they say in Final Fantasy when they heal each other. Anyway, that's me.
Bug, you are up.
When Malken is attacking, is it like considered flying, the movement?
No, he isn't really using the wings to move around. So you're not going to be able to pin him down with that flying spell.
Alright. Then I will use my other spell, Arms of Hadar.
Alright.
And it's a strength 13 save.
I think what's the range on that? Because I think that's a close spell.
10 feet. Is that?
Yeah, you got to be kind of near him.
Okay, can I walk closer? Or can I walk and then do that? Or can I run and do that?
So you've got 30 feet of movement. Each one of those squares is 5 feet.
Oh, okay. Wait. 1, 2.
Arms of Hadar?
So I won't be able to reach it?
Yeah, no, you won't be within 10 feet of him.
It's a huge room. Okay, fine then. I will.
A lot of space when you build in the jungle. Spread
It's those open air lands.
Okay, I'll go a little closer. I guess I'll move over here. And then I'll shoot my Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
And that I got. Hold on. Where's my dice? I'll have to get a dice roll. Dice. My dice disappeared. Okay. I got 19 to hit.
It's a hit.
And then... seven damage.
All right. A blast of frosty starlight energy blasts from your hands. A blast blasts. Good choice of words there. And pegs the centipede head in the face, and it sort of whips its head around, dazed. And it is now its turn. Did you move here? You moved in a little bit, okay. And it doesn't want to leave where it's doing, so it's still going to go for Zip, because Zip's in front of him. So, another hit from the centipede head. The bite is a successful attack this turn. The other two are not. So can you give me a Constitution saving throw to see if you can shake off the poison?
Ooh, no. I failed that. But can I riposte those other missed ones?
This is going to happen first. So as long as you're still up, yes. So the centipede bite comes in and does 6, 7, 8 plus 7, 15 points of damage.
I'm still up.
All right, then yes, you are welcome to do that.
All right. That's 24 to hit.
24, that's a hit.
And then that is 18 damage.
Nice. Okay, so with that, it's tries to wrap around you and bite you with the heads, and this time you're ready for it. The bite gets into you, but you're like, aha, I know you're going to follow up with the bite from the other head, and you just sword right through it and just keep pushing it down and pin it to the ground, and it's shaking, and then it stops moving.
Boreal strolls up and just kind of like pats her on the shoulder. And it says,
It looks a little bit like...
maybe wipe off, maybe wipe off some of that poison on your face so it doesn't,
I wonder what
fit
that...
your complexion.
I wonder what kind of poison that thing had.
And take, oh, come on. 4 points of healing. Roll a 1.
Oh, you know what just occurred to me? Maybe we should have asked him who sent him. Maybe he wouldn't have answered us.
Didn't seem to have much of a brain, if you ask me. And he is going to start. He's going to dump another cure wounds into. That's nicer. So that's 9 points of healing. And then
Feeling better.
will start to like kind of use the dagger and like lift up little bits of the scorpion and poke through to see if it's carrying anything. Okay.
All right. Investigation check.
And it was that red.
Ooh, natural 20.
Nice.
Natural 20. With your investigation check, you do not find any objects. In fact, you remember Malken having rings on his horns. They're not there. Anything that, that the lynx doesn't have like a pouch where it keeps its eggs or anything. Like, yeah, I'm going to have these later. Got some hard-boiled eggs to travel. No, it's like, there's no objects here. But you can also tell that this thing has been not simply, it wasn't necessarily stitched together, but like also magically put together. Like it's not held together by stitches, it's held together by magic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I don't know that, but that's giving me some ideas.
Does it look like it's undead or is it actually alive?
What sort of check would you like to do to understand that? You can tell me, like...
Kind of hoping my natural 20 would help.
That was...
I mean, it makes an arc.
Sure, we can give you, for that, I'll say, you're pretty sure that it was not undead, but you're also not sure that this is entirely Malken.
Sure. Well, there's like a huge chunk of scorpion and also a lynx attached.
Well,
yeah.
Swell will say something along those lines, like, there was no recognition in his eyes, nothing. Like he was, obviously it wasn't Malken. I mean, it was partly him, but it wasn't him.
So do you think the real him is still alive?
No, we saw him.
Oh no.
he died in front of us.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is actually his body, but whatever's left has a different memory. Although he has enough of a memory left that I also wouldn't be surprised if it...
Depends how long he was dead for. Like, it might have started to degrade or some sort of arcane tampering. But when I tried to talk to him during the fight, he was just all... He was like a beast.
Is it like that one children's story where the scientists put together these body parts of the dead?
Yeah, but that's just a story. That's not a real
Reactivated with electricity.
real thing. Are all I'm sure that this has been answered before, but I can't remember. Are all chimeras created? They're not like natural beings.
So, yeah, we talked about this when you fought the ape one that was like ape and parrot and something else. They are originally created, but should they mate with another animal in the wild, they can produce offspring, and that may create, a different chimera. Like, let's say it mated with, I don't know, a dragon. Maybe it would have a dragon's head next time, or a crocodile. Maybe it would have a crocodile's back section. Some of them can propagate themselves as a species and create new weird things, but it's believed that the originals came from people building them.
So
Did they build it out of like actual animals, like real animals?
That's a good question. Give me an Arcana check.
The one we fought in the forest was, we think, a natural one then?
No, not necessarily. It could have been, but it might not have been.
I got a 3.
The 3 could be.
Like, could be real animals.
Mm-hmm. But might not be. You don't know. You really have no clue one way or the other.
No knowledge. Just a wild guess. They look like real animals.
Well,
this
I think
says
there's
to
one
me
thing
is-
that we can know for sure. Oh, we are on the right track.
Well, I think that whoever we're chasing after, if we're chasing after someone, I think they know we're on their tail, because like this, they've sent this after us, right?
But like, does this have anything to do with the succubus, or
I think
is
it's
this just
unrelated.
a coincidence?
I think it might be
If they
unrelated.
know that we're going to this painter guy's house, do you think?
I mean, Britta is a known associate of the rest of the Titan Slayer. She was a Titan Slayer herself.
But why didn't they just put the creature
Journal.
in the museum?
That's a good question.
Because there might be something in here that could be even more helpful. Perhaps.
Okay, back it up. Was the thing in here already when you opened the door, or did you open the door and then it like appeared?
Well, I didn't summon it, if that's what you're asking.
Well, no, I don't think you could. But
Why would you do that? Be for real.
it's not
Not
outside
funny.
of your wheelhouse.
I could summon it if I wanted to, I'm sure.
Yeah, or
If this is a prank, I'm furious.
Yeah, the creature can't be here this whole time, right? Like, it could break out. Why would it just be waiting for us?
With that
Well, it could be
question
a
being
trap.
asked out loud, I would like the spellcasters in the group to make Arcana checks.
-1.
17.
6.
Does that include me?
Yeah.
I'm a spellcaster.
You are a spellcaster, Warlock.
Okay, 11.
All right. So, Isburiel, you have heard of these types of spells called glyphs. That if you make a magical marking, much like this show, on the wall or floor or something, you can say, like, if anybody enters this room, have this spell go off. Or if anybody opens this door, have this spell go off. And there's a teleport, something that could like teleport something in with a popping noise. And you feel like that was what happened when the door opened.
Mental, my aunt Haelon. Sometimes she would guard things in her tower in this manner. She was fond of conjuring creatures, and if there was something sensitive, she would make a little mark and have it if there was any condition that was fulfilled, such as, someone walking in where they were not meant to be. It could summon a great creature or cast a fireball or something similar.
But
So
somebody
that might well be what happened.
very specifically made this one for us. So would the spell have been like, when, the gifted walk in, then we're going to bring back a monster made out of a guy that they met once?
It could be, or it could simply be that was a material available. After all, whoever made this chimera also attacked the 5 ones.
Okay,
So they had bodies available.
Okay. You see Swell is thinking really hard. He's like trying to put 2 and 2
Steam
together.
is rising.
Yeah. He's like, okay, so the painter guy who lives here, that guy that we've come to investigate, who like did the thing to Arani in the painting or whatever, he put that here? Or is that redhead freak has showed up, put the thing here, knowing that we're coming here?
I suspect it's the orange, but I would caution you against assuming that orange-haired man knows that we were coming here. That was targeted specifically at us.
So you think it wasn't for us, even though he used the
I
body
don't
of
know
our
that-
friend?
It could be, but it could not be too. I'm saying you can't say one way or the other, and it doesn't really make a difference, does it? We still have to do what we have to do.
Is the glyph visible?
Once it has
I
been
don't believe it.
it has been cast, it disappears.
Oh.
Did you see anything when you opened the door, Ys?
Did I? I mean, I heard the popping, right?
You heard the popping noise, and you've known that because she specifically had one that would teleport. If you open one of her drawers that has her stuff in it, it teleports in like a poisonous, like maybe it was a centipede or a scorpion or something that would just be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you got caught.
I did not see it, but I heard it's a very distinctive sound when a creature is teleported in. It's like a little... And I've heard it quite often. At least, half a dozen times in the month or so.
Okay.
Okay, well, that makes sense. That, there's a giant creature in a house.
It'd be weirder if there was a
think-
giant house inside a creature.
They exist, though, surely. There's a D&D monster manual somewhere that has that.
I bet.
Well,
Giant
against my
anaconda.
better judgment, I'm gonna maybe suggest that we do try and make a deal with that devil lady, because what if she knows who left this spell here?
Well, we should certainly talk with her, but we should also investigate the rest of this cottage and see if there is any more hints or clues left for us. And she was going to get up and do so.
All right. I'm going to continue
I'm
drawing.
gonna stalk behind East Burial, on the lookout
All right.
for any more gnarly magic.
Is there another room?
There is an upstairs, and in the upstairs, it's a smaller little room, about half the I guess, a quarter of the size of this room on top of it. And there's also you find a trapdoor that leads to a root cellar where they would keep some of their other belongings. So those are the things that you find. You guys are now free to make investigation checks or however else you would like to proceed with this.
I'll do perception. Oh, I got an 18.
Okay. Perception is good for finding more like people and stuff rather than objects.
Well, I'm specifically on the lookout for stuff that's going to try and attack us. So
yeah. And you feel very confident that nothing is going to come out and attack you, but you are able to instinctually know, hiding under that bed there's something hiding under that bed. There's all this cat hair around here. I bet it's Cassin's cat.
I'm going to lift the bed up.
And sure enough, there's a cat there hiding in the back corner, looking pretty scared.
I'm gonna talk to the cat and be like, "Who are you? What are you doing here? Tell me all your secrets."
Wow, yeah.
Bug! There's an animal up here. I feel like this is your wheelhouse.
I run to where you are. I'm gonna speak to the cat.
I'm gonna roll an investigation check as well. 9.
I'm rolled a 1 investigation. I'm going to use my inspiration to roll again. Do better. Dang it. That was worse. That's specifically not what I asked for. 12.
Okay. I think that the cat thing probably is going to happen first before you guys get into the investigation. So let's deal with that. So, Bug, what are you doing with this cat?
Hello, cat. Or I guess I address the cat. What happened here?
Who are you?
Well, I'm Bug, and we know your master.
You don't smell like him.
What'd you say?
You don't smell like him.
Well, we know who he is, and he's in danger. He's stuck.
He hasn't fed me in a long time. I've just been going out and getting rats and things from the jungle. Snakes, birds.
Why are you hiding under the bed?
I heard all sorts of fighting noises downstairs. I had a peek and there was a scary looking monster dude.
So there, before all the fighting, there wasn't anything. Was there anyone in here? Did anyone fight? No?
Haven't seen anyone in a long time.
So basically the last you saw was your master. And then the monster.
No, there was another guy came in here looking for him.
What did he look like?
He was like a short dwarf. Bright orange hair. Do it. Lots of funny clothing. Didn't smell good.
So he just came in, and when he wasn't at home, when your master wasn't at home?
Yeah. Looked around for a while.
Okay. Well, we're gonna try to find your master, okay? So you can get fed.
Okay. Sounds good. Can you get me the treats from the cupboard?
Sure. I do that.
Okay. You go downstairs and the cat directs you to which cupboard has the good treats in it. And after you've given them a couple, it asks for a few more, and then a few more, and it just wants more treats.
I just keep giving it to him. Until he.
Well, you're spoiling it.
So it's all fine. I don't know. He looks hungry.
Did you tell us any of the stuff that it said, or are you gonna?
Yeah, I guess I tell you guys everything.
Yeah. The orange-haired one strikes again. Did you notice that he was mentioned in the journal, that Britta's journal?
He was?
Who is this creep? What does he want with us?
Fell to us that orange-haired jerk.
Yeah, so the galley was to represent.
Orange jerk.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, what?
Sorry.
He was looking for this guy, the painter. So, right? Or do you think he was just here to set up the trap?
I think he was here looking for something in particular. Did anyone find anything in the search?
Yes. I can move forward with that now. What was your roll, Swell?
I got a 9.
A 9. All right.
-1.
So
-1. Would you have your eyes closed?
He's not the sharpest tool in the shed. Hence the warhammer rather than a sword.
So you get distracted by his huge amount of sketchbooks that he has, and you're just going through all these lovely drawings of anatomical studies of animals and flowers and things like that.
For a second, I thought I was going to go a different direction. I was like, no.
It's like there's some life drawing in there too, probably, you come across a life drawing of Auntie Britta, and you're like quickly flipping past the page. You're like, thank goodness that was fabric. There was a fabric study. Whew! I didn't want to. Hopefully there isn't enough, and you put that down. But then you start finding some, a lot of other things you would imagine to find from a painter, like the remainder of powdered gems used to make, certain oil colors, weeds, dirt, crushed bugs, the types of things that you would use to make the different colors.
Powdered gems, I'll probably pocket those.
There's just the little tiny remains of it.
Sorry.
You're like, oh yeah, this is sapphire. There's just like a couple little dust things here. You find sheets of canvas, wood to build frames, charcoal, chalk, brushes, regular sort of art supplies. And you find some books, and they include the do's and don'ts of bird feeder repair, oil painting for middlers, not for beginners, and brush techniques of the Aarakocra. Those ones are by Dune Birch Brush, and the do's and don'ts of bird feeder repair by Scone Hammerhands. But East Boreal is the one who finds the real treasure trove of things. She finds the Dreven Love Smuggler books.
Yeah.
So you find the Night of the Living Skin, Embrace of the Were-Kraken, The Mist Mistress's Missing Kiss, The Slithering Scissors, and Ghost Tryst.
Ghost Tryst.
But you also find in with some of the art stuff, I get Swell just must have thought it was some sort of like rag to clean stuff. But you're like, it looks like spider silk. And it's like this really lacy pattern. And you've got a keen eye for fabric. And you're like, this is worth something. This is kind of special. And you pull it out, and it's like this, piece of fabric you could stretch out maybe 3 feet long and probably about, maybe 8 inches high or wide. And it's some sort of lacy, spidery, silky stuff.
Stockings or for shawls? Or underwear?
Doesn't seem like any of those things.
And sniffs it. Does it seem magical?
It could be magical. You need to do a detect magic to know for sure.
Right. Well, I do not have that. But
Quick question for you. We've only been on the lam for like 2 weeks or something, right? 2.5 weeks.
Mm-hmm. I think it's more like 3 to 4 weeks,
Okay.
because you were like at sea for almost 2 weeks basically, and then you had about another week when you were like more than a week of going up and down the mountain and stuff.
I'm gonna ask Bug to ask the cat, which is a weird thing to say. Can you ask how long ago the orange-haired person came?
Cats tell time.
Yeah, well, I'll see.
not convinced they can, but
Swell doesn't
Yeah,
know
it's
that.
possible via
I
magic.
asked the cat that question.
I don't know. A while ago.
Since his master went missing?
Yes, after his master went missing. It was something you'd already established.
How long did your master go missing? How many meals have you missed?
Too many.
They have. I think they've got a way to teleport around, because he's definitely showed up here to like put that thing, that mark you were saying, that summoned Malken, or like what was left of Malken. So that's since that Malken died, right? Wasn't that long ago.
Like 2 weeks?
If he's powerful enough to be making and waking these sorts of chimeras and stanceries, then he might have some sort of teleportation, swift travel.
Agree.
Sutran writes down, we saw who made the chimera.
Yeah,
It was an orange-haired person.
He was with the orange-haired person in the vision.
I think the orange-haired person can change the way they look. I think they can polymorph, or they're like a shapeshifter or something.
It seems strange that they would stick with just one color hair, if that is by their choice. I mean, first of all, orange is just not a good color to begin with, so why would you choose that if you didn't have to? And
maybe
second,
they're fond of it. Maybe they can't change it.
Yeah, maybe they're stuck with like orange hair from some spell that went wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe we should leave him be then. That sounds like a fitting punishment for Trinity.
I don't know.
You know what this is? And can you do your sort of send wavy asking your gods about things in the world? And he shoves the spider silk.
What, this rag? What do you want me to do with it?
It's not a rag, it's very high quality. Look, feel how fine it is.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Sorry, what do you want me to do with it?
Don't you have some way of asking what a thing is? Asking your god to tell you what things look like? Because they know you cannot figure things out by yourself. So you must have some sort of higher power guiding you.
It's gonna like look at you through like narrowed eyes for a second, and then just cast detect magic. Actually, I'll sit down and ritually cast it. And
when you cast detect magic, there is nothing out of the ordinary except for the cloth. If you check the entire house, there is no other magic.
Does the body of the creature light up at all?
No. It is no longer magical.
I'll say, yeah. I'll point at the cloth and say, yeah, that rag's magic for sure.
Do you know what it does?
And you know what type of magic it does, and you believe that it's for scrying.
Oh, this must be how he saw into hell and saw the succubus and painted the picture and then accidentally summoned it to life.
So
I'm not
it's slightly
following.
too realistic. Are there... When we were doing... Like, does the place look like it was ransacked, or does it look pretty neat? Like, someone just left like they were expecting to come back?
It looks fairly neat. There are some things knocked over and stuff, like paint cans are like closed or whatever, but knocked over, like brushes knocked over, things like that. But it feels more like a cat has been going around rather than like a human has been pulling things off of the shelves. I'm giving you that for your 20 investigation you made earlier when you were looking around the body and stuff.
But all the things are on tables. You're just like, boop.
Yeah, El Gato
Finally.
Malo.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Not as much as I could have hoped. And since there's like no books on demonology or suspiciously too realistic summoning things in the lurid novels.
You can flip through them and see that the Mistress's missing kiss is about a devil that likes kissing people and then sucks their energy out, sort of like a vampire, except for instead of biting, it's just kissing.
Like a succubus.
Like a succubus or incubus. So I was at least intrigued by the idea, but you just, from reading it, you don't see, like, flipping through it, you don't see anything particularly interesting about it. Not like, aha!
Well,
wonder how we use the spider silk. It would be good to scry on. Wonder how it works.
it's a mystery for the ages, I suppose.
You know that usually if you spend an hour with something, you can attune to it.
Oh, that's right. That's how we identified it last time. Not because clerics don't have identify.
If it's an attunable object.
Right.
So you like can't do it with a potion or something.
He's going to drape it, like, kind of tie it around his neck. In place of it's lighter than his usual, I forget what the term is for those things. But
Cravat?
the neck cloth.
Ascot?
Yeah.
Neckerchief.
Ascot, neckerchief, cravat, bandana. And we'll just start to focus on doing it. But he does say, I think it is at some point time to go back and talk to the succubus, but some of us are a little bit white.
Well, let's give it an hour and see. But how did the orange-haired person know we'd be coming here? I think, like,
Well,
the
if he was
artist has linked to.
If he somehow helped tip the Alta Zobel into this, then it would make sense to be able to talk for anyone who was looking to see how the Altas did it.
Could also be that the orange-haired person is just trying to take down all the Titan Slayers. This was like some sort of elaborate scheme to take out Britta, and
Isn't that totally what I just said?
sorry, I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
He was thinking too hard. He couldn't process too many information pieces at one time. Okay. Okay. Well, let's take a rest so Zip can heal up.
I mean, I'm fine.
That's it. In
I
the
need to.
gallery, though.
Well,
Just in case.
Do it for Bug. Bug looks a little bit shaky.
Yeah, that's true. Bug did take a few good hits, so he should probably lay down. Zip is going to say as she lays down on the bed.
How long have we spent here? Like an hour?
Searching around, maybe like you're getting to be around an hour.
Like plus fighting.
Yeah, I mean, the fight, it takes a really long time for us to roll all those dice and see who did what, but that really only takes a couple of seconds of actual...
That was like 10 seconds.
Yeah. It's like... It's over.
Yeah, we can take and then we should go back, I guess, before
We should probably go back first and then relax.
Yeah.
Go back first and rest, you said?
Do we leave the cat or take it with us?
What are we going to do with a cat? I mean, I guess Bud can add it to his menagerie.
Well, it just
We could send the cat in first into the succubus place. Maybe she'll be distracted.
What's the succubus going to do with a cat?
Just see if the cat wants to come with
What
us.
do with the cat?
If it's not getting food, then, well, it needs to get fed.
Oh,
Yeah.
save the painter in like today, and then he can go home and feed the cat.
Okay. Is the cat like scared of us, like staying away?
The cat is hanging out near Bug.
Is we'll start to walk back down the mountain, close out the house, lock it behind.
Wait, I thought we were going to stay and rest.
Zip's lying on a bed.
Oh.
Don't worry about me.
Israel
I'll be
locks
fine.
Israel locks up the
Yeah, everyone's still inside.
yeah. Finally.
Somebody stop his burrow before he makes a deal with the devil.
Wait, we're the one that wants to make a deal with the devil.
Not if I get there first. Mostly he had suggested going back to the gallery first, just so that there was a guard on it.
I mean, you guys left Brother Sarek guarding it, was your plan.
I thought he came.
No.
He came along.
We told him to stay.
I thought that was the whole reason why he said it's better not to split the party.
He said that, and then you guys were like, all right, see you later. You stay here and guard the bag.
No, that was because Zip was saying, like, I can also stay here if you want.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Is the corpse is just lying on the floor?
Yep.
Can we take Malkin's head at least?
What are you going to do with his head?
Remember?
Bug! Stop that right this instant,
Well-
young man.
Stop
sawing off the heads of our dead friends.
He's just like a rock.
Were you raised with no man else?
He's made out of rock, right? So it's like that's.
It sounds gory, but some of the clerics, they were able to speak with dead, so taking his head might not be a bad idea, but it is pretty grim.
Is he made out of rock? Like it's just a rock head?
No, he has a rocky skin
Oh, okay, so it's like flesh.
underneath. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like it's like bleeding and everything.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, we should give him a proper burial or something. Or maybe give it back to he's friends with our masters. Maybe they want to see him.
Is there something about sea burials? Maybe we can toss him over a cliff. Is that how it's done?
We could
Swell.
potentially, yeah.
I want you to make a religion check.
I was about to say that we could potentially just raise him from the dead if we find a cleric of high enough level, but
Yeah. If you have part of its body.
yeah. Well, I rolled a natural 1, which I don't think is right, because I'm pretty sure Swell would have known that you can raise people from the dead, being a cleric, you know.
Sure.
Maybe he just never covered it.
I will let you say that. I was going to give you that information if you hadn't thought of it.
Okay. But that was going to be what I was going to say. I was gonna say, if we have part of his body, we can bring him back from the dead. We can. I can't do it yet, but at the rate I'm going, like I could.
Let's cut off the other animal parts and then save
I'm
his
not
body.
having anything to do with this. I'm laying down.
I'll kind of turn to
I'm taking a nap.
Boxy and say, "How do you feel about having Malken's body?"
Just slaps his opening closed and pulls away.
What about just the head, Boxy?
Foxy shakes.
Just
Cut
until
his
we can
body.
find a way to bring him back.
Is it any part of his body? Like, what about just like an eye or something? How big does the body part have to be?
Don't know.
Bro,
I've only
just
seen it
pulled
done
out
with
a
like whole
stool.
bodies. Usually it's like most of a body and maybe missing a finger or a leg or something like that.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Okay, all right. Well, maybe it's a lost cause. Let's just go.
If we come... We might
We
be able
can
to
come
come back. Yeah.
Let's put him in the basement and we can come back.
The basement is the place where he keeps his cold storage of food and drink. There's a bunch of wine and
Oh,
preserves and potatoes, which would interest Bug. A lot of sweet potatoes, purple sweet potatoes.
he wouldn't mind if we take some, right? I mean,
But that doesn't mean that you should stop. He's going to take some cheese and have a snack.
All right.
He's also going to play a little bit, so if anybody uses a hit die, they can add a 1d6.
Does this guy have like a potion cabinet, like a medicine cabinet in his bathroom or something?
Yeah, it does not seem to have any potions because Swell went around the house using the detect magic and didn't find any other magic. You do find bandages and things like that, like a regular person would have if they got hurt. But nothing magical.
If anybody
yeah.
spends hit die, you gain 2 additional back for each hit die. Or no, you just gain additional 2. That's all.
So, what is it? Sorry? So, like, if I... Is it just, like, do you say it's an extra d6, or is it like I add 2 to the...
I just rolled the d6 and I got a 2.
Oh,
so-
okay, okay, I see.
You got 2.
Okay. Thank you, Ispurio. Back at full. Okay. Let's go.
All right. You guys head back down the mountain and you get back as the sun is beginning to set. Outside of the gallery, the sky is orangey. And you are let back into the gallery. You knock on the door and Brother Sarek lets you back in. Hello. How did your Inquisition go? Did you find what you were looking for?
Not exactly, but we found something, certainly.
Totally devious. Glad to see you're okay.
Seen an orange-haired dwarf around these premises?
I cannot recall seeing an orange-haired dwarf, no. There was a note about an orange-haired folk in the journal, but I do not think they had come into the gallery. That is the one thing she had warned us against, is to make sure that nobody with bright orange hair came into the gallery.
Oh, yeah? Specifically?
Yes, once she received the message from you. You warned her of the guy, and she recalled seeing him before.
Yes, I saw it in the journal. It was interesting that she So there could be a good reason why he did not choose to do anything at the gallery itself, if he did not wish to blaze out directly.
Do you think that he might be friends with the painter?
I believe that is unlikely, but it is possible.
I think maybe he manipulated the painter into doing this somehow.
Or he made a deal with the devil.
He did give that flute to those other kids in the other town. That
Do you think
then
the
went
flute
horribly
could
wrong.
like hurt the succubus?
All the flute did was raise the dead when I played at the same time. Oh.
But it was like
Actually,
that flute was given to that person like at least a year ago, if memory serves.
indeed.
So I think he's just a disturber of the peace, but
Well, it
also
depends
has a
on
grudge
where-
against our masters for some reason.
So in the short rest, was I able to attune to the thingy?
I didn't realize that you were trying to do that because you were doing so many other things. I didn't realize. Yes.
Well, for the short rest, I was just sitting.
Do you have? Is that your last thing you can attune to? Do you have a slot left?
I don't actually have that many things.
Oh, that ring that I've got, is that
yeah.
an item I attune to? The bird's eye ring?
No, I don't know. Whatever I said in the description when I sent it to you.
I mean, I have the other mirror of capturing, but I do not have it attuned. So
Okay.
yes, I have a slot.
When you attune to it, you realize that it is a blindfold that when you wrap around your head and tie at the back, you can use to spy on the plane of hell. And you feel like you would need to know who or what you were scrying on. That, if you don't know, it would just maybe show you a random place. But if you had been given some instructions or maybe you'd read about something before, you'd have a better chance of being able to spot them. And it's made of spider silk, probably drow manufacture.
Where was the place that you found this? Like, was it just lying around?
It was folded nicely inside of the container, like the thing of drawers in which there are all the paints, oil paints and brushes and cloths used to clean tools. Like it was in sort of the art supply chest area.
Oh, it wasn't in the sketchbooks?
No,
Okay.
sketchbooks were on the shelves. This was inside one of the drawers. That's sort of like right beside the easel was a small chest of drawers that had all the painting supplies, and that was in with them, folded neatly in the back corner of the bottom one.
So
I tell them, and this must be how he saw all of the subjects for his painting. What?
yeah.
But then why did the succubus specifically come through and none of the others? Because they're all very well realized.
At this point, coming through the wall, or no, just appearing in front of you, is the succubus. She says, "Well, isn't that an interesting question?" And then we're going to leave you on that cliffhanger for
There.
next week.
Monster.
As soon as she comes through the wall, I'm just like, ah.
Yeah.
How'd you get out of the drawer?
She was like,
Next week.
"Oh, that rune circle is not a
Next time
enchantment at all." Yeah.
With the drawer in front of. No, I'm just kidding.
Definitely a portal, the gateway.
Yeah, thank you for playing along tonight. It was nice that we all drew on that one big drawing together, building that cabin, a location, and some characters. That was a fun drawing tonight.
It
Yeah.
was really good for thumbnails for the YouTube.
Yeah. Anybody have a favorite moment from the evening?
I liked hitting the thing in the butt with my axe.
I enjoyed that when I tried to zap you, you absorbed it and didn't get hurt by it basically at all.
Yeah, that was also pretty good. I also like Bug just trying to cut the head off.
Very in character, like, when you taking the displacer beasts and placing them on top of your head, like a totem pole of dead animals
gruesome.
that you're doing.
When Bug got told about the cat, I nearly said in character, "Don't eat it," but I stopped myself.
Cats are friends, not food.
Well, thanks everyone for joining us on our magical marker, our glyph, if you will. And we hope that you enjoy it and you tell a friend and you send us some fan art and all the other fun stuff out there. I hope you have a great week and we'll see you next week. Goodbye, everyone.